All right, here we go. We're going to do round three. Round two just ended because of a base rush on part of LF. So now it's 1-1. So technically we're in round three. We're going to go ahead and start the map. Marines are going to start up. Calamity Gaming is going to start up Marine start. LF is going to start again in Computer Core. An immediate Crag Hive start. We're going to see a 3-1 split with one, I'm sorry, a 4-1 split. I think someone didn't know what's up. Same splits as last time. So 2 into Alpha Axis, 2 into Keyhole, and they're doing the exact same thing at this point. LF is going to go for that same base rush, except this time around, Calamity Gaming has researched mines, and those will be done before they push the rush. Left-handed Jesus is just gonna, looks like he's just gonna wait in base, just hang out and build some mines. Alpha Axis, Tico's coming back. I think they know this is coming. They haven't seen any action. There's left-handed Jesus. He's called that. Tico's turning around. Next is coming around the corner. Powder Monkey coming around the corner. It depends on who gets back to base first. If Gibbs can hold off this rush for long enough, somebody can spawn. He takes down Powder Monkey. And now the aliens are on the Alpha Axis RT. Left-handed Jesus is going to turn back around. He's going to spawn along with Tico, and they're going to drop some mines on these infantry portals and hopefully defend as these three skulks go and converge elsewhere. There's one skulk. Billy Talent's now in Keyhole with these two aliens, two Marines, Zavaro and Hex, now in maintenance. They're going to do this rush again. I don't know why. Left-handed Jesus putting down some offensive mines. He's going to stop this rush from ever happening. Gibbs and Tico going back to build this res node one more time once they hit 10 res. Left-handed Jesus is going to try and hold off this 4-skulk push as Zavaro and Billy go one-on-one rather. Zavaro taking down Billy over on the right side of the map. Left-handed Jesus now being backed up by Tico for this 4-skulk push that they know is coming. They know it's there. They just want to get it out of the way so they can get something done. The problem with doing this rush over and over again, Tico going down to a flurry of teeth, but left-handed Jesus takes down 2 of those skulks with 1 mine. That is the power of offensive mines right there. Is Calamity Gaming sitting on 4 built res nodes, and 2 Marines are down in South Loop working on this 5th res node. That is all they need right now is 5 res nodes. Aliens have 2. 1 Marine, Gibbs, is getting killed in generator monitors. He was going for an RT kill, but has decided to go down to a flurry of teeth and claws. 3 skulks, Billy Talent, Powder Monkey, and Nexus now sitting outside of South Loop. They're going to get they're going to start harassing Hex and Zavaro. And here's the push. There goes Zavaro, there goes Hex, and there goes that res node that they just built. It is not going to pay for itself at all. Currently, we're sitting at 2 res nodes being lost on the Marine side, 0 on the Alien side. Team resources, the Marines are really skyrocketing in their resource counts. Team kills, the Aliens have gone up in team kills. That's because they're doing such strong pack play. Another res node in maintenance is going to go down. They're going to take down the right side of the map, but these 2 Marines, Zavaro and Straphos, are going to hold Keyhole. They're not going to let that go. Triad now being capped by Gibbs and Tico. I think the Marines clearly understand what the Aliens' game here is. They're going to do this 3-pack play. Nexus, Powder Monkey, and Billy are probably going to stay together the entire game. They're going to pack play this whole game. They're going to harass res as much as they can and try and do as much damage. Tico Gibbs taking down Ungodly, but that is just so many skulks. Those 2 Marines are toast. 2 shells now being completed, more Carapace on top of it. Now the Marines are doing what LF did in the first round, which is go mines and phase gates, but they were smart in that they're now winning those engagements that I said you needed to win in the first map. Left-handed Jesus now looking around this corner. As you'll notice, Eclipse is a very tight, close map, so you always have to check your corners and your ceilings, because those aliens can come from anywhere. They could come from the ceiling. They could come from around a pillar. They could come from around a wall. You don't know where they're going to come from. Left-handed Jesus is using his distance right now, trying to shoot down hallways, shoot through doorways, try and do as much ship damage to these aliens as possible while Tico backs him up. He's going to get up on those steps and get that. They're going to group up here and probably take on these aliens. And there's the push. There's the alien push. There goes left-handed Jesus. And there goes Tico. They both got separated, so that was their downfall. Over on the right side of the map, it's South Loop. Hex is harassing Sis. Zavaro is right behind him. Billy Talent's just slowly working his way up to Keyhole, trying to get out of the way. 3 shells now have been completed. Mines and Phase Tech have done. There's a Phase Gate here in T-Junction, which is really good. If Marines can sit there and hold that Phase Gate with mines, Skiv's getting harassed, working on Nexus, but he's going to go down. They didn't put any mines down in this Phase Gate. There might be a chance that the 2 Marines in South Loop's Hex and Zavara can get over there and save that, but it doesn't look like that Phase Gate's going to go down. What the Marines need to do at this point is get some Phase Gate. Yeah, there's a Phase Gate in South Loop, so what they probably should do is these 3 skulks are going to come up right behind him. Zavara better notice this, and he's not. He's going to get jumped. Strauss, Hex is going to get jumped. Now K-Stick is the first lurk on the map. Tico ran through that gate and dropped an immediate mine. There's a Tico taking down people with pistol shots left and right. Powder Monkey, Ungodly, he's dead. Eclipse has just been claimed. Billy Talent coming around harassing Zavaro. That lurk is going to get pushed into some bullets if he doesn't get out of there. Billy Talent going down. The Marines have successfully held this Phase Gate, which is exactly what they needed to do. They need to walk in, put some mines down, and just hold the room. If they can hold that room, hold the right side of the map, see those, hold the right side of the map, and keep capping Triad and Alpha Access, they're gonna cut the alien team right here. They're gonna cut them down to 3 res nodes, which is feasibly all they need to win. However, the problem is, if Marines can't get on the back end, that's 5 or 6 res nodes for the Marines to just suck res the entire game, which means upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Those offensive mine, Heck taking down Powder Monkey and Ungodly. Zavaro should probably walk in. There's another mine going off down to K-Stick's spikes. Marines are going to keep coming through and keep defending this gate. If they can kill K-Stick, if they can kill Billy, what they need to do is they need to block off all possible exits and pinch that lurk. If they can kill that lurk right here and now, that'll be a huge win for them. Gibbs is going to go down. That lurk is so low. He got out of there by his skin. But that vent mine, those offensive vent mines, if you can do that as a Marine team, you will score so many kills. K-Stick getting out just by the hair on his chinny chin. You know, that he's a lucky lurk, let me tell you what. Tico coming through the gate one more time, trying to work off Powder Monkey, but Powder Monkey's going to bite this gate, but probably Left-Handed Jesus and Hex are going to walk through that gate and take out Powder Monkey. He's also going to take out Left-Handed Jesus, unfortunately. He must have taken a bite and then some bullets in the back. So much for friendly fire, apparently. If I remember correctly, NSL rules state that friendly fire is 33% damage to your own teammates if you hit them along with buildings. So you have to kind of watch where those bullets go and make sure that you're aiming and knowing when to fire and when not to fire. That's kind of what's, you know, you got to really pay attention to that as a competitive team. Shotguns have now been completed. Like I said, upgrades are coming. Armor 1 has finished. Weapons 1 is now starting. Shotguns are done. When they get that lurk down, if they can hit them in groups, that lurk is absolutely toast. They're still sitting on 1 lurk. Ungodly has 40 res. Billy has 40 res. Powder Monkey has 40 res. Nexus has 40 res. It looks like they might do multiple fades and 1 Onos. They could do 2 Onuses and 2 fades. I don't know. Tico's going to take on Nexus as he tries to build this res node down in Alpha Access. Tico's probably going to get taken down. Nope. He gets backed up by Hex, who takes down Powder Monkey as they now build up this RT. They need to go over and take Triad. If they can get Triad, then they're going to have enough res. As long as they make sure to back cap Keyhole, then they're going to have enough res to win the game. They're just going to keep pumping out upgrades, and that's going to be that. Let's look at the numbers here. Resource towers. The aliens have taken down 7 res nodes, but it doesn't really matter because the Marines are backcapping so fast and they have so much map control, they can just keep pumping out res nodes and keep pumping out upgrades, even though aliens now have 2 hives. Team resources, as I said, Marines are eking them out heavily on resources. Team kills, aliens are doing a lot of killing, but as much as this is a killing game, as much as this is about, you know, killing individual players, it's also about res harass. I saw a fade roll around. There's 1 fade. Next is now a fade. He is going to swing around the map. It doesn't look like anybody else is going fade. I'm sorry, Powder Monkey's now going fade. So you have now 2 fades on the field and 1 lurk. If those Fades and those Lurks can stick together, then there's a good chance they could possibly take this phase gate down, do some real solid resource harassing, and then, you know, take back some of the map. It looks like they're going for a base rush. That's exactly what they're doing. Zavaro's got a shotgun. He's going to try and hold them off for as long as possible. There's the beacon. Aliens are just going to get out of there. They couldn't get past Zavaro in enough time. They're probably going to go right through the phase gate and get south loop. The fight is really right here outside an unknown. If aliens want to push Calamity Gaming out of South Loop, Weapons 2 has just been started. So Weapons 2, Armor 1, shotguns. What Marines need to do, LF is the K-Stick sitting in that vent. He has no health. He is at 11%, and he is stuck literally between a rock. Well, not literally, but between a rock and a hard place. He's going to try and get out of that vent. He is probably going to make it out, but Tico knows what's up. He's going to follow him out and see if he can catch him under this vent. Let me see if I can first-person him. Tico maybe giving up on this. He can hear him healing under the floor. He's going to drop in. I don't think LF hears him. He's going to chase him through these vents. He's probably communicating to his team to watch the other side, which is exactly what's happening. Again, K-Stick gets out of there. Zavaro being killed by a mine somewhere. Powder Monkey now harassing Gibbs. But those shotguns and those pistols, I mean, these are good, you know, CGs. They're okay shots. So, you know, those fades, they've got to be careful. They have a third phase gate over in Triad, which is exactly what I said they need to do. They need to cap Triad like they're doing. They need to cap Alpha access, and they just need to make sure to keep backcapping as much as possible, and they will win this game because they will get to push out upgrades constantly. That aliens are now sitting on 2 hives. They have 3 spurs and 3 shelves, which is good. They have 2 fades and 2 lurks and a biomass of 3, but no class upgrades. So no lurk upgrades and no fade upgrades. Not that they need them, but the lurk upgrades will be good for Umbra. If they can take down this phase gate on the right side of the map, they could probably take the right side of the map if they could hold it. But I don't know why these fades are playing so defensively. I mean, you got one Marine, you could just get in there and kill him and hold the room. They killed the phase gate, but Zavaro's just going to sit there and rebuild it. Not a big deal. Aliens are sitting on 57 res. I don't know what they're doing. Why aren't they spending res? Why aren't they spending their resources? Powder Monkey taking down Zavaro in South Loop. But no one's around to do any real damage. And now he's coming back. Hex is coming back. The Hive is getting hit over an Eclipse. I think it's more of a harassment trying to get them off their back. CG just wants to get some pressure off of them. They're being put, you know, up against this wall, and Left-Handed Jesus is going to do as much harass as possible, trying to get as many people to respond, while Ungodly and Powder Monkey continue to harass this phase gate. In South Loop, that has just been recycled. There goes the OBS tower. He's probably not going to recycle the res node, as you lose. Recycling resource nodes is a bad idea as a Marine commander. At least I believe it is. A big fight down here in Triad. The whole Marine team, now that they know they've taken South Loop, they need to hurry up and capitalize on this, which is exactly what they're doing. They're going to take down this Triad phase gate. Then they just need to push. They need to push right to the base. Go for some upgrades. Go for the arms lab. Go do some res harass. Marines are going to set back up in South Loop. They're probably going to set that phase gate back up. They just need to go around the map and start killing Marines. Marines have no mobility right now. The fades need to stick together. They need to just do double fade plus the lurk and just start cleaning out the scraggling Marines. But that's not what's happening. These fades are not playing together. People are going in individually, and that's going to get them killed, and that's what's going to make them lose. One of these higher life forms, whether it be K-Stick, Powder Monkey, or Nexus, there goes K-Stick. Like I said, higher life forms are going to die when you're not in packs. Those 2 fades need to stick together. They need to group up and stick together with some skulks and just start pack playing. They need to have some serious pack play if they want to get control of this map. Marines got South Loop back, but the aliens have Triad back. If they want to have any hope of winning this, they need to start playing as a team. Now you see 2 fades. Again, Powder Monkey's running off somewhere else, and Nexus is an event. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're going for scragglers, but none of the skulks are harassing resources. There's Powder Monkey coming around the corner, going to pick up Tico, but there's no skulks around to hit this phase gate. There's a few Marines. Zavaro's going to immediately spawn, go right through the gate. There's the skulk. There's Ungodly. And there's K-Stick. He re-lurked, Now they're going to harass this phase gate, but it's a little too late as all the Marines have now come back and they're going to defend this gate. Yes, aliens are there, but it doesn't really matter. They don't have the power needed to hit this gate. Yes, they're assisting in, but those Marines are just going to push those higher life forms out. What the alien team needs to do, and I know I've said this before, is group up. Those two lurks, those two fades in that lurk need to group up and start pack playing. Strong pack play. Somebody needs to take point and just call it. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Hex taking down the generator monitors, RT. Going to meet up with Powder Monkey in the hallway. Probably going to die, but the damage is done. He killed a 10 res node resource tower. Now that drops him down to 2 res nodes. Calamity Gaming is sitting on 3 res nodes. If they want to, they need to go back and back out. They need to get maintenance. They need to get keyhole. They need to get triad. They need to make sure they save alpha access. At this point, LF is doing a good job on keeping their res down, so they might turn this around. I mean, you know, if the Marines don't have res, they can't do anything. But right now, they're sitting on 2-2 armor weapons with shotguns. That's more than enough to push out any higher life forms. Let's talk about resource towers. At 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes, aliens have taken down 13 res nodes, which is pretty good. A good number of res nodes to take down is 1 res node per minute, because it takes about a minute for 1 res node to pay itself off at 10 res. A fight going on down here in West Route. Hex is pushing off K-Stick, trying to get him off his back. Aliens coming up to 4 res nodes, but that triad res node is going to get hit by Hex, and unless somebody responds, which is going to be K-Stick, that res node is going to go down. And my first person, there's my first person. Hex is fighting for his life, but he is going to go down to a flurry of teeth. Down in Power Subjunction, Zavara going down to Billy Talent. This is actually, they might work this out. The only person close enough to go Onos are Billy and Ungodly. They can go full Carapace Onos in about 3 more res, which is great. That way they can push out South Loop. That's what they need to do. They need to kill this phase gate. Calamity Gaming, I hate to say it, they're kind of almost on their back foot. They haven't had any pressure to kill these higher life forms. What they need to do right now, if they want to make any headway right now, they need to group up, grab some shotguns, because Skibbs is the only one with a shotgun, and kill these higher life forms. Just pack play it, kill the life forms. Focus on a fade, focus on a lurk, focus on whatever. Billy going down to bullets, Powder Monkey taking down one of his teammates. Powder Monkey had almost no health. He almost went down even though he was next to a hive. Rocky trying to push these 3 Marines out of there. Rocky was their comm, so no more alien comm until he respawns. K-Stick taking down Gibbs. Left-handed Jesus going down. Tico going down. So there goes that 1 shotgun. Yes, the Marines have a good, decent economy. They have 4 res nodes. But now might be the point in the game where the aliens can run in and take South Tunnels out, and take South Loop out, rather. Gibbs ran through that gate and put down some offensive mines, which will help deter any wayward attacks coming from the alien side of things. Powder Monkey now taking on Tico, who had a shotgun. Billy Talent's the first Onos on the field. Ungodly's probably going to go Onos as soon as he spawns. They're going to make a giant push right here, right now. They're going to make a push right there for that phase gate. There's an armory wall right there to prevent Billy from pushing through, which is smart on the Marine side. It helps keep that phase gate up for just a little bit longer. But with Ungodly now going Onos, that's 2 Onoses, 2 fades, and a lurk. If that alien comm was... If that was me, what I would do is I would research lurk upgrades right now. I would get that lurk Umbra, and I would just hug those fades and hug those Onoses and pack play and just hold out as long as possible. That's nowhere near anything. These aliens have now backed off of South Tunnels. They're all in Computer Core. The fight looks to really be in South Loop right now with the Marine team. You know, both sides, they're trying to push this mini base. The aliens are trying to push this mini base out. I mean, here comes the push. Here comes the big push. Billy Talent now pushing in, clearing out left-handed Jesus. That phase gate is toast. Ungodly and Billy are just going to grind that thing. That is done. That res node is going to go down. Tico coming through at the last minute. but he's going to go down to that Ono score. An AA has just been completed, which is really good, because if they get 40 res, the timer is really up right now for these Onoses. It's counting down real quick. There's a phase gate going up in Keyhole. Zavaro can hold that off and build that phase gate, and those Marines can get a foothold. At 40 res, they're going to have a prototype lab, which it doesn't look like they have one right now, but they will have one soon. They're down to, Calamity Gaming is down to 2 res nodes. They need to get a prototype lab, and they need to get upgrades. They need to get jetpacks if they want to kill these Onoses. They are getting pushed out of the right side of the map, which is exactly what needed to happen for those aliens to win. Triad going down to left-handed Jesus and Gibbs, while Maintenance is now being harassed with a Drifter, Ungodly, and Billy. Those Onoses are just hugging that Drifter and that Fade, and they're working as a pack, and they're just going to sort of clean off the right side of the map, and the aliens are just going to cruise on up into Maintenance. Probably going to drop Maintenance Hive at some point now. 2 Onoses going to roll right over Zavaro, going to clean off that blueprint of a res node. K-Stick now in alpha access, doing some minor harass, just sort of waiting patiently for these 2 Onai to just sort of roll up into main Marine start. No Drifter support for whatever reason. No Fade support either. No Lurk support. They're just sort of on their own, which is okay as long as they don't get cornered. If they can do the damage they need to do, great. But if they get cornered, they might be, you know, out of luck. There's the beacon. Billy Talent and Ungodly are going to piece out of there. There's the Drifter, and there's the GG from Hex, but I don't think he was the comm. There's the GG from their comm, so that is GG on the Marine side. Calamity Gaming has lost that match, so LF is now 2-1. I'm just waiting for the end of the map. That was a very nice turnaround on the Marine side. They held out as long as they could and just took out South Loop and then cruised up the right side of the map and did exactly what they needed to do. They probably could have done it a long time ago if only they had played as a pack, but that's, I guess, neither here nor there. Marines at the same time should have focused on killing Fades and killing higher life forms, and then that would have probably pushed off the late game, you know, late game push. So there you go. LF 2, Calamity Gaming 1. That is, there it is.